Friends, countrymen, today is a glorious day for Star Trek Voyager, for today we get the triangle ship again. It's been so long. How long has it been? It feels like it's been multiple seasons since we've seen a triangle. When was it? Does anyone remember? What was the last triangle? But we get two today. We get two triangles. I mean, they're in the same shot, so it'd be really cool if they were like two triangles in two episodes, but they're just like right next to each other on screen. But still, they're two triangles. It's a concentrated dose. It's so good. Speaking of it's so good, I feel like we've been ragging on Voyager a lot recently. So I'm going to try to get away from that, be more friendly to Voyager, because I do like it. I like the show. It's a good show. Except Season 1 Neelix, who's I will continue to rag on because he's the worst. But otherwise, yeah, should be good. Today's episodes, the two triangles, by the way, are in the second episode. So if you want to leave and then come back halfway through the second episode, that's the only part that actually matters. Just because the triangle is the only part that matters in all of Star Trek. I mean, TNG wouldn't be one of the best shows of all time if it didn't introduce the triangle. Anyway, today's episodes are Imperfection, where we get a sneak preview of Star Trek Picard and just ripping Borg components out of Icheb's face. So that's good. Drive, where they have a big street race in space. And I was, when I was setting up my little playlist that I can click through and getting all the subtitles set up, I noticed that the alien street race manager guy, I don't know his name, he is also Dr. Bashir's father. I mean, I looked at him on screen, I was like, oh wait, he looks strangely familiar. And then I heard him speak and I was like, wait, you sound very familiar. But he sounded very familiar because he's also Master Jar from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So that's fun. I never really noticed him in anything before except that one episode of the Orville I think he was in. Yeah, he was in the pilot episode, I think. But yeah, what's his name? Brian George? Not to be confused with Ryan George. I think that's his name. He's cool. Does a good act. It turns out his accent as Bashir's father, pretty sure that's totally fake. Or is that fake, or I think it is. I'm trying to vaguely remember all the different voices he's done. I think the one as Bashir's father is fake. He's putting it on. Anyway, the last episode is Repression, which it's a murder mystery, and it's a Tuvok episode. Tuvok episodes are great. First one's sort of a dual Icheb 7 episode. Icheb's okay, but 7's great. Drive's, I mean, it's Tom and B'Elanna. It's good. But Tuvok episodes are fantastic. Season 1 and 2 of Voyager, I'm always looking forward to the Tuvok episodes, because there's a couple ones where, they have a murder mystery. Like that episode with the telepathic society who holds people accountable for their thoughts, which, literal thought police. I wonder what they were referring to there. There's probably no message in it. I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, Tuvok does the big investigate there, and it's good. Tuvok, I maintain, is the best Vulcan. More so than Spock. Tuvok is the best Vulcan. He's better than Spock, he's better than T'Pol, he's better than Torek. How many Vulcans do we actually see? Dr. Salar, I guess, who's in one episode of TNG Season 1. We don't see a lot of... Sarek, Sarek's more of a TOS character. And I'm not super big on TOS sort of in general. It's okay. Mostly what I remember of Sarek is his Space Dementia episode, which maybe is not necessarily a good look for him because he's just kind of yelling at people. And that one time he calls out that Klingon ambassador at Kirk's trial. Also, you should press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Did this... Why is it not blurring? Okay, there we go. I don't recognize that type of ship. Is that a new model? I mean, it's very triangular. I appreciate that. It's not the triangle, but I appreciate the shape. It's like two triangles stuck together. Oh, I guess we're done with this plot line. Get rid of most of the children. Oh, why are we getting rid... I like Mazari. She's cool. No, Icheb can't go with you. We still have plot lines for him. We're just done with you guys. Oh well. They get to go join the Borg, baby. Wazanti? Her name's Mazari from Wazanti. Okay. Neat. Okay. So the fact that the children all love Seven, I I have a question about sort of children in general. In my experience, so my question is my experience correct for children in general, or is this just like the few kids that I've interacted with a lot? It seems to me that children they're like cats. When someone's ignoring them, they get more interested in that person. Cats don't like people so much that like shower them with affection from the word go. They like it when people keep their distance. It seems like children, people who are more reserved, they're like, oh, let me go figure out what's the deal with that person. And I'm wondering if that's why they like Seven so much, because she's so aloof. Or it's just because she's Seven and she's a great actor. It's one or the other. Seven has emotions in my Star Trek. Maybe not so aloof. Or it's a malfunction. That's that's the line I'll go with when I cry. It is a malfunction of the ocular implant. I don't feel emotions. Has anyone else noticed that with kids, or is that just me? Because, like, so I got plenty of nieces and nephews, and I'm not super into, like, playing with the children. And, like, they seem to like to throw things at walls, like darts and stuff. Anyway, I don't really join in their games too much, but they seem to really, really want me to. Even more so than, the people around them who are trying to shower them with attention. What's up with that? Only tangentially related to Star Trek. But it's the credit sequence. What do you want? What else is tangentially related to Star Trek? Oh, I realized yesterday that I'm an idiot because I was rewatching Deep Space Nine, some of season 5. No, wait. That's true, but that's not what I was going to talk about. I last week I rewatched the the TNG episode of the Klingon Civil War, Redemption. Um And only on this watch through, my like 15th watch of that episode, did I pick up on the fact that Kern was not going to support the Duras sisters. He wanted to start a coup and install himself as leader. Somehow I never picked up on that. He wasn't subtle about it. It's very obvious. I just somehow didn't notice. He wants to kill both factions and just do his own. Not sure that was ever going to work. It didn't seem like he had that many ships on his side. But hey, can't fault him for trying. Yes, he can, Seven. The doctor has enhanced all his subroutines. He's just a person now. Come on. Were you Seven? Why you gotta be like that? Why can't you just be sad about stuff? Oh, okay. So she wasn't actually sad about the children. Okay, cool. Good to have that canonized. Okay, I have a recommendation for the doctor. I would like the bio readings from the alcove to be sent directly to his systems. That'd be fantastic. I mean, while we're at it, we might as well have the ship, like, just continuously scan everybody, right? Because it's already scanning everybody all the time for their brain patterns. We've established that as canon, so let's just scan everybody for medical problems. As soon as someone gets a headache, they're automatically beamed to sickbay. Be perfect. A perfect system. I see no flaws. I really want to read that, but that's way too low resolution. Maybe we'll get a close up. Maybe eventually we'll get a remaster. Maybe. Or not. We're not going to get a remaster. If I ever become a billionaire, I'll pay for a remaster myself. But that seems unlikely. Yeah, I don't know if we can have you work on the bridge. HEB, you're only a guest star. It might be a little much. Though, to be fair, Harry Kim is just an ensign. He works on the bridge. He's a senior officer. So some kid they picked up a couple months ago, yeah, that's probably fine. 7. See, this is one of those moments where I would like my system to automatically beam her to sickbay. That'd be great. Because, 7, please tell me you're going to sickbay. 7, that doesn't look like sickbay. Okay, look. If you ever see something crawling underneath your skin, you should definitely go to a doctor, because something's very wrong. 'The problem's with you, 7. Oh my god, just say that in the first. Oh my god. This is one. Okay, so Star Trek does this a lot, where the computer knows the answer to all their problems, but it doesn't volunteer any information. They have to like poke and prod it and ask it worded just right. 7, it's not malfunctioning. Oh my god. Go to sickbay. Is that's what? What did she do? She put like a probiotic in a protein shake? Is that okay? Now can we go to sickbay? Yes, because now Neelix is here. Okay, good. Thank you, Neelix. You need to go to the oh, I can see the where the makeup is raised on her neck. The little bit of rubber put on there. Neat. No, this is no, not really. I was gonna say this is similar to the Garrick episode where his cortical thing malfunctions, but no, it's not at all like that. It's completely different.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. You are a bold one, yes.
Mm,
Are you? Would you consider yourself a bold one?
To an extent.
Okay. How's the weather?
Reasonable, actually.
Nice and cold?
Up to a whole 18 degrees today, Celsius, of course.
Uh, why did you have to specify Celsius? I was gonna do the cliche, wow, it's below freezing there. It That's something I don't understand about replicators in general, how some things are too
Yeah.
complex for it to do.
I kind of understand that with computer technology to an extent. I mean, obviously, you have different levels of detail, perhaps.
Wait, replace it. So they have replacement parts. The Borg have spare components. We can go get one. That's conceptually interesting to me. What she just said, we passed a Borg debris field. Where did who who destroyed the Borg? I feel like we're just sort of passing over that. 8472 is not at war with them anymore.
Okay, yes, but the Borg can be destroyed by other things. Um, they, I don't know.
Yes. I wonder if there's going to be any changes to the Delta Flyer model to indicate that it's a different ship. Because Delta Flyer was destroyed. It's gone.
Yes, it was. At least they acknowledged that.
Yes, they, unlike the rest of their shuttles. No, nice to Voyager. Be nice to Voyager. That it's fine. No, just talk to her about it now. Come on. Well, I guess she's busy. Well, it turns out she's a robot lady and the metal underneath her skin is getting exposed. And her CPU's breaking down. What's the cortical node equivalent? What does it do?
Egypt saying that he has experience with Borg technology is a bit of an understatement.
Well, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's a bit of an overstatement because his experience with Borg technology was being in a tube. He was just in a maturation chamber for a while.
I guess.
Oh my god, Seven, why you gotta put on a brave face? I wonder why it is. Okay, I know really why it is, but within canon, why is it that when Seven's skin tears open, she doesn't bleed? Does she have like a Borg skeleton? Does she have a thin layer of metal underneath her skin?
Hmm. Maybe nanoprobes are just really good clotting agents.
Oh, they clot real fast.
Yeah, it's like those like clever blood thinners that are able to not only reduce the chance of clot, but also um still be able to clot a wound.
And I would love some Borg clotting nanoprobes because I got this cut right on my thumb joint and you bend it and then it opens. It's a whole thing. Could I get some nanoprobes? That'd be great.
They keep all the way through Voyager. They keep injecting people with nanoprobes from Seven.
Yeah, nanoprobes do solve
Um,
everything.
They really do.
They
Seven
literally
just
brought
goes,
Neelix back from the dead.
and it's also the Doctor just turns to Seven and says, "Can I have Sonana probes for this person, please?" And she goes,
Like, oh
"Oh,
yeah, all right.
fine." Because
Ooh, what if? Okay, I have a proposal. So whenever Voyager murders people, as it does, fairly often,
yeah,
I would like them to keep a couple of prisoners to just use as nanoprobe replication machines.
essentially
Just
assimilate them.
yeah, exactly. Assimilate them and then use them. In the same vein as when we have dead crew members, we should put them through the replicator recycling.
Hmm.
Ooh, free cortical notes. Oh, but they're totally gonna do that proprietary software thing, but it only works in the device it was built for. They're not gonna be hot swappable, are they?
That's not the issue.
That's not the issue?
No,
Well, I guess I'm gonna find out what the issue
you,
is.
you are going to find
Is
out.
the
Do you want me
issue
to
that
tell
the
you?
Borg all have Can the
it's
Borg assimilate people
it's
with epilepsy?
significantly more arbitrary than that. It's just the
Okay.
fact that it's been deactivated for too long.
Okay. Oh, the Borg song.
Paris just
Did
goes, "We are the Borg."
does Picard have a what are they?
Knock off Kazon.
But Kazon are knockoff Klingons. These are double knockoffs?
Yes.
Because I was literally going to say, are those Kazons? But wait, no, they're not. What is. I accidentally skipped forward a little bit. Let me just resync myself. There we go. Okay. So I've just discovered that if I press left and right on my mouse wheel, that it skips forward and back. So that's cool.
Huh.
I mean, I knew it was a scroll function. I just didn't know that it worked with VLC like that.
Mm.
Supplemental question.
Yeah.
Why is it the Delta Flyer at the debris field and not Voyager itself?
Um. Yes.
Because Voyager can't leave without them. Is it just sitting back 6 days away, chilling?
And it's not like the Delta Flyer is faster than Voyager.
Right. So what's the deal?
Also, yeah, how fast is the Delta Flyer?
I don't. I feel like Tom probably said at one point when he was bragging about his hot rod.
Probably only at impulse speed, so like it's really maneuverable and speedy sublight, but not like anything else.
I think is supposed to be super fast because next episode we're gonna have an episode all about how fast it is. Memory Alpha doesn't say. The Flyer class shuttle was 21 meters long, 12 wide. Normal cruising speed was warp 6 with a maximum cruising speed of warp 7.2.
So not very fast.
Not very fast. In fact, it's like how do you say that word? Thousandth as fast as Voyager? Because Voyager goes at like 9.98 or something.
9.975. Thank you.
Oh, the deception. You can't lie to your patient. Kill him, 7. Find him and kill him.
So if it was 6 days away at warp 9 point, well, what their speed are going, say warp 8, it would have been
They would be
multiple.
instantaneous at warp 9.975.
Yes. So that's 1 point. Also, they then sent the Delta Flyer instead, which can only go warp 7.2.
Look, it was good. Don't worry about it. It mattered for the plot. It's fine. Just don't worry about that.
It took Janeway 10 years to go and capture
Wait, was
the
that
cortical
port
node.
always there? Or did they just cut off a part of her skin? I wasn't looking at the screen for a second.
They,
I assume they cut a hole.
yeah.
Okay.
So, really, they could just outrun everything if they wanted to, for the most part. Most of the
their
conflict
solution
in
to
the
most
show
problems
is
can
just
be just leave.
because, yeah, they could just get away from everything, and there really isn't much
Oh
that
no, it's the
anyone could do to them.
Kazon. Just leave.
Maximum warp, engage. And then
This is a very dangerous game of operation you're playing, Doctor. Don't touch the wall. Careful. Careful. Well done. Anaphylactic. Wait, doesn't that mean she's allergic to it?
yes.
Or does anaphylactic have other definitions?
Isn't anaphylaxis proper?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's just allergies. Okay, she's allergic to the cortical node. That's the problem. Oh. Okay. So, clearly the computer knows that if they try to install it, that she'll go into anaphylactic shock, because it just simulated that. Does the This is why I want the computer to just start volunteering information. It clearly has all of the answers.
Hmm.
Also, Doctor, come on. Of course Janeway's suggesting sacrificing one life to save another. She's done that so often.
She's sacrificed two lives to save one before.
Wait, what time are you
Tuvix.
thinking of?
Tuvix.
So that was one life to save two. Okay.
Well,
She murdered a man. That's what's important. No, literally he does not. His whole job is to make people happy, 7. He does not have other duties.
Well, he cooks. Not well, but he cooks. And the only other crew member on the ship young enough for him to... Never mind.
No. I mean, I can understand why people in Star Trek are bad at cooking, because they don't need to. I mean, I can say for a fact, if I had a replicator, I would never cook again. Never in my life.
Maybe it's not his cooking that's bad. Maybe it's their taste buds that are bad. Because maybe for a Talaxian taste buds, his cooking is fantastic.
it would be interesting if we had another Talaxian taste his food.
Oh, like that time Riker made really, really terrible eggs and Worf loved them?
Yeah.
Precisely.
Well, it's the best thing I've ever had. No, it is not.
Delicious.
And everyone else was just like, no, Riker.
His burnt, replicated
Riker,
bird meat.
your eggs are bad, and you should feel bad.
I think they did make him feel bad, probably.
What do you mean locate the doctor?
Okay, interesting. So when the doctor's deactivated, he goes into like quick resume mode. He's on pause.
It's the only time I think we've ever seen that, though. Can't they just repair the cortical node?
No, they can't. It's too complex.
Can't she just call up her friend, the queen, and be like, "Can you fix
No.
this, please?"
Wait. Computer scan for Borg signatures. Ah, we found her. Thank you, computer. The computer has all the answers, I'm telling you. Just ask the computer stuff. Okay, this question I'm interested in. No, Balana, no, we had a whole episode about Stovacor and the Grey Thor. No, I would like resolution. Do you believe? Do you believe in the afterlife, Balana?
He was there.
Well, she wasn't in Stovacor. She went to Klingon hell. Life with you, Neelix, that's the real hell. Okay, so yes, she does. Neat.
Unimatrix -1.
Do you have to... No, you don't. I was going to say, do you have to be a Klingon to go to Stovacor? But no. Jadzier gets to go to Stovacor because Worf did a little yell for her. So that's fine. We could just...
There was a whole episode about them doing an honorable mission to honor Jadzier's death.
Yeah, and then Worf yells, and then she's in Stovacor. They go and blow up a fleet using a star, Worf yells, and it's all good.
Yeah. But I think that might just be Worf being Worf. She was a Klingon to me.
Is Seven the most memorable member of the crew? Or is that the Doctor? Who's the better character? Or is it Tuvok, the best Vulcan in all of Star Trek? She's already dying. Just leave her alone. What if we just use Borg nanoprobes to revive Seven? Oh, good throw. Good catch. Nice.
The two people with the best hand-eye coordination on the ship. That would be the case, wouldn't it? The Doctor's got
Probably.
presumably perfect hand-eye coordination, and Seven has heightened hand-eye coordination. So
Yes. My question is, though, what does the Doctor's vision look like?
It seems like he can only see through his eyes, but surely he must be using just the ship's sensors.
I think that the him emoting as though he's looking with his eyes is just part of the program to make him seem more human.
Doesn't he like get surprised by things happening behind him? Or is he just faking it?
I think he only has the ability to look forward. Same field of view as people.
The computer only feeds him information within what should be his field of view. It just trims
Yeah.
out all the other data. Oh my god, we know Seven's not gonna die. She has a contract. But then, that's also probably what I would have said about Tasha.
Mm.
I think we
Tasha was
only...
a first season death. Those are always easy to come by.
Oh, Tasha.
Jadzia, on the other hand.
Thanks, Rick Berman. Rick.
Gene Roddenberry let Tasha out of her contract. Like, it was a really rare thing to happen those days.
But Jadzia wasn't Gene's fault. It's all Berman. Granted, Esri, I really like Esri. She's cool. But still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like I like Esri. The way she talks though kind of stands out a bit.
What do you mean? What do you mean the way she talks stands out?
She has a slight speech impediment. Nicole DeBoer. She's like a little
Never
bit of a
noticed.
lisp. She does.
Point nine's important, Doctor. Be precise. Ah, you see, it's calling back to previous Star Trek canon because his species is all about genetic resequencing. That's all the Brunelli do.
Yep.
Continuity in my Star Trek. Ah, Grand Canyon, Arizona,
Can't
USA,
possibly
Earth
be.
is... Was that just Wikipedia?
Space Wikipedia.
The Taco Bell worker that made my food today was very stingy with the fillings.
It's not much of a town.
Okay.
This
from that
crunch wrap,
picture.
this crunch wrap is really sad. It's more like a crunch flap.
The denial stage of grief. Has Seven gone through all the stages? What are the stages again? There's 5 of them.
There's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. 5 stages of grief.
Okay. Oh, Lindsay Ballard, more continuity in my Star Trek. Lindsay Ballard, who was the zombie.
Yes.
Well, you're her pet project. You're not allowed to die.
Kate Mulgrew couldn't even stand being on the same set with her. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a stand-in and they're cutting it. They're cutting it together.
They're professionals. They can hate each other on their own time. I mean, Janeway, my expectations for 7 were assimilates the ship and murders everybody, so I would say she's exceeded my expectations from her initial appearance.
Well, she did try that.
A couple times, actually. But she stopped. Seven, I have a plan. Okay, so you are not willing to risk Icheb's life, but he's determined to risk his own to save you. So, 7, if you throw yourself out an airlock, he will not have the opportunity to risk himself.
Also, she can't order her to do it because she's not in Starfleet.
And the doctor wouldn't obey it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the same way she had to murder Tuvix on her own.
She just did that for fun. At home. Cortical node.
Piece of fruit as a last meal. What a bloody waste. Get something good? Oh, did we rip a component out of his face again? I feel like we ripped a component out of his face.
Again?
Yeah, Picard.
Well, that Picard was again. This was the first time.
To borrow a phrase from Firefly, the chain of command is the chain that Janeway goes, gets, and beats you with until you understand who's in command. Because she would, in Janeway. He did it with pliers, actually. That's how he could do it. I mean, it's an efficient strategy by him. It's like, well, now you have to.
Yep.
He doesn't need a node. He'll be fine. Did he just swear? In my Star Trek?
On your Star Trek.
It's more likely than you think. I wonder if there might be some kind of message in this Star Trek episode.
Nah. Couldn't be.
There's probably no, like, morality play going on. It's fine.
Kill him.
Nice blankets. What are the blankets for?
Peeing blankets.
Are the blankets in case they, like, spill blood over them or something? This is a question I have for all Star Trek shows, not just Voyager. How come whenever they're operating on someone's head, they still strip the patient naked and put them under a blanket? Why do
Because
7 and Icheb have to be
medical-
naked here?
It's medical stuff.
Yeah. important medical reasons. Definitely not
If you
Rick
say
Berman
so.
involvement.
It's not even Rick Berman. This is just medical stuff in general.
Mm.
Every time there's a patient in any sickbay on any show, they're always naked. Well, except
because it makes them look
Discovery.
vulnerable.
I don't think they do that in
Vulnerability.
I guess.
Well,
just
Not
in
a
case
good
we need to
reason.
access her cortical node through her belly button. Yes.
in real life, I'm pretty sure that you're naked when you get any type of surgery in general. So, you know.
Looking that up. It looks like you usually have a gown. You can't wear your street clothes for cleanliness reasons, but you get a gown.
It would be very interesting if they'd killed him off instead.
Icheb, yeah. But then we wouldn't get the tragedy and trauma in Picard.
Yeah, we didn't need that.
Come on. What's a little torture?
There was no point. That was one of those things in Picard, and they did this quite a lot. You just bring back a character for the sake of bringing back a character to kill them.
Yeah, it was pretty irritating.
How would I bring you back to kill you?
I think they did it 3 times in total.
I think more than that.
Wait, how long ago was the Picard season 3 finale? Has it been
Not
2
trying to
weeks?
remember.
Been a while.
Because 2 weeks is my sort of general spoiler limit.
I think it has been more than 2 weeks.
420. Of course, it was on 420. Okay, so it's been more than 2 weeks. So yeah, if you guys want to
Spoiler
talk about
alert.
Picard season 3, it looks like it's fair game.
Okay, so spoiler alert.
I mean,
What do you mean,
Among-
Gyrinx?
I have my three examples. What were you going to say?
oh,
Has everyone seen it?
I have.
Okay.
Did anyone survive who wasn't a major credited character or Guinan? Like, I think Guinan's the only one who wasn't, like, you know,
She wasn't
opening
there.
credits and survived.
So the 3 examples I was thinking of that they brought back to kill were, yeah. So spoiler alert.
No, we've covered that.
Ro, and presumably, what's the name from Best of Both Worlds?
Shelby. And
Shelby.
Hugh.
Shelby. And Hugh.
And Hugh. Yeah. So that's 4.
I think it happened
Yeah.
more times than that.
Q.
Too.
Kind of.
Q.
So-
Yeah.
Kinda. It's hard to say with Q because he just goes back and forth through time anyway.
He's fine.
One variation of him is dead.
Yeah.
Well, no. So
Hang on,
the
everyone
way-
press play
the
on
way-
drive in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Engage. The way I interpreted the Q thing is that essentially he continues to exist for like forever in his mind, right? In his way of existing. But then when he does eventually die, he goes back in time because his time isn't linear. And that is how he actually ends up dying. But in between then, and well, in between the previous time we'd
This
seen
is
him
so
and
hard
that
to keep
point,
track of.
he can go and do other stuff.
My reading of it was that the Q we see in season 3 is just a younger Q than the Q in season 2 because time travel, nonlinear stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
okay.
that's pretty much what he said. Yeah.
You think so three-dimensionally, Captain? Oh my god. I see the progression of Star Trek. In the original series, people were thinking two-dimensionally. The captain was called, or people were called out for thinking two-dimensionally. In TNG, in that whole era, people are called out by the Borg for thinking three-dimensionally. And now
I
in
don't like the
Discovery,
orange.
everybody's thinking four-dimensionally because it's time travel stuff.
This is Delta Flyer 2, right?
Yes.
I hate the orange.
It's different. They made
I
a different
hate the
model
orange
or paint.
because no, they painted the interior. They painted what used to be gray in the interior. It was like a gunmetal. They painted it orange, and they went with
Oh, I'm sorry they added a splash of color to their lives.
That could be because they had different materials available to them for the Delta Flyer.
The new paint, the orange, is orange because it was mixed with Loyola root.
Oh, so you can eat the hull as a ration pack. Got it.
Well, more like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, you can lick the walls.
Leola root lick.
Oh, Gyrinx, I never asked you. How's the weather?
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Nice and cold?
It was rainy. It was rainy yesterday for the
Nice.
for the coronation, of course, which is funny. But
Did you just say the president's coronation?
no, for the coronation.
Oh.
But pretty nice now.
Do you think
Yeah,
that
well,
might be important?
The rain and the coronation. I don't know.
Yes, a portent of things to
Rain-
come.
Rains pretty often here anyway.
Okay.
it does. It definitely does.
Well, personally, I would recommend overthrowing the monarchy. It worked pretty well for us.
Unfortunately, we don't have the Atlantic Ocean between us and our original existence.
It does help. It does help to overthrow a remote monarchy. Yeah,
But I mean, the French
Easier.
are still around. They could help out. They'd be willing.
that's true.
The French, the last thing the French would do is help the English.
But help England fuck with the monarchy though.
Yeah,
Is that a brand new ship design?
quite possibly.
And I can't read all the guest stars because there's subtitles over the names.
Oh yeah, did I miss the triangle ship? Were there triangle ships
No,
already?
no, that's this episode.
Sweet.
Also, I meant to take a preemptive screenshot because they're only on screen for like a second, but I forgot. So you're just gonna have to look real fast. So when I say everybody look at like the upper right corner, there will be two triangle ships next to each other.
Okay, cool. I'm ready.
It's like halfway through the episode. We actually see them a couple of times, but the second time it's super hard to make them out. Do they get a whole weekend in the holodeck? Wait, who's Patrick Kilpatrick? Who named their son Patrick Kilpatrick?
Uh,
Patrick Kilpatrick is God, I don't recognize this man. I don't know who this is.
There's plenty of aliens in this episode.
I mean, it's Star Trek. There's aliens everywhere. No, Doctor. Or actually, yes, Doctor. Do we want to? I mean, he's a very handsome man. Do you think the reason Q aged himself up to look old like Picard was just to show him up? Because old Q is a much better looking man than old Picard. Old Q looks great.
Pretty true. Yeah.
Everything you can do, I can do better, Picard.
Including age.
So it's very clear that she's evil, right? We all pick up on that immediately.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to make friends, especially on Star Trek with women.
Yeah.
If they make friends with women, it's
It's never good.
Especially Harry.
Especially Harry. Harry
Yeah.
was the one who was lured to the planet of women and attempted to murder. God, Star Trek does have a concerning relationship with women, just in general, in the old shows.
Yeah.
If you ever watch the
True.
original series, and the away team involves a woman, you know it's gonna be bad. Women on away teams in Star Trek TOS only exist to be kidnapped or made romantic interests or go crazy with emotions. It never works out.
Those ladies and their feelings. Yeah.
Except, to be fair, the cage where number one, I was trying to think of her name, then I remembered she doesn't have one. Where number one beams down is actually effective and brings a giant gun down, which I can appreciate.
Excellent.
Okay, so I assume there are like size limits on the ship because they can't just take Voyager, because Voyager would win. Could they bring the Defiant? That's small. It's fast. Grenade. Not a grenade.
Sure looks like a grenade.
Ah, I see. They're LED golf balls. Excellent. So about the Doctor having the best hand-eye coordination on the ship, do we maybe want to reevaluate that statement? He might have some problems. Did he forget about his date with his wife? God.
Because weekend
apparently.
Yes. Victory.
But of course, she didn't use her comm badge to
She shouldn't have to. Okay, he didn't. Well, he did forget, but it's not late. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's what. That's.
But he's
Yeah.
canceled. Oh, God. Tom, you're the worst. Oh, no. No, no, it's not.
No.
Oh, no. Listen to the tone of her voice. Oh, no. No, Tom. Tom, you're about to be an ex-boyfriend. Balana, I recommend you go date the doctor instead because he remembered. Oh, he's just trying to cheer her up because everyone enjoys Neelix suffering.
Of course.
No, Balana, don't protect him. Kill him. She's trying so hard. Why does Tom have to be the way he is? Oh, God, no. And now she's thinking, what makes him happy isn't what makes you happy, and so there it is. Don't belong together. Yeah, it's a relationship episode. It turns out the race and the triangles are just flavor. Do they hang on? Hang on. Is this a Mocto? Do they ever do anything that Balana wants? Because I feel like it's always Balana does something really nice for Tom. Does
Yeah.
he ever do anything for her? I'm really trying to think of a time when Tom does something sweet for her. I remember the time she made him a television and watched his movies with him with popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
She planned this big weekend. She went into his not his Captain Proton, his like 1980s car thing. Is Tom a terrible boyfriend?
Yeah.
Side note, is that a redress of a Klingon ship? Something about the nacelle wings. Oh, there he is. There's Bashir's dad. Yep, that's him. That's Brian. Also, is everyone here familiar with Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah.
If you listen to this man's voice, you may recognize him as Master Jar from the Dantooine Academy,
Oh, cool.
the Enclave. God, I can't unhear it now.
More relationship problems.
Just remember, there is no emotion. There is peace. Darings, why is there a child?
Sorry, because I'm in a park. Forgot to mute.
Wait, what? You're in a park? Wait, what's happening? What is
Yeah,
your
I'm in a
life?
park. I don't know. Realized I was
watching-
real far away from my place, and there was a park. It was convenient. Couldn't get
Okay,
back to the place in time.
hang out in the sun?
I'm literally just picturing you sitting in the middle of a park watching Voyager.
Because that's what he's doing.
But like,
Seemed like a sensible thing to do. I don't know.
what
Okay,
time
so
is it
Asan is
there?
clearly the good guy hero of the story. Because this lady's evil.
It's
Just trying to pit the heroes against each other. So they take each other out. Look, just being rude doesn't mean he's not the hero. You're making it so hard to root for you, dude, but I still believe that you're the hero. I still have faith in this guy.
Yeah. Like seeming impersonable is also is as suspicious
classic
as
trope.
seeming personable is. Yeah.
Of course, the real villain of the story is Tom Paris. Should be eliminated. It's fine, they'll solve their problems by the end of the episode. Okay, we're getting close. I don't remember the exact minute the triangles show up, but I know we're getting close. So everyone keep an eye out. It'll be in the upper right quadrant. They will be pointed away from the camera. And to be fair, I feel like Balana's pretty erratic as well. She has punched multiple crew members. And threatened several others, including Seven.
and is that it?
Triangles, top right. Triangles, triangles. They're gone. It's over.
Yay, triangles.
Okay, but after months and months, has it been like a year? How long has it been? Jesus. Triangle
Might
ship
have been a
counter is
year,
going
yeah.
up from 55 to 57. We'll go back after this episode and get a good screenshot so we can look at them in more detail. But they're triangles. "57 triangles. I've missed them. I missed them so much. You see, she's always doing things for him. Yeah, it's hard because he keeps doing the things he wants and not taking you into consideration, Balana. I wonder how long this race is. Because I can't imagine this would be more than like an hour, right?
Yeah.
So they could probably still get most of their weekend vacation in.
Well, I think it's.
I'll keep an eye out for
It might be a
triangles.
little bit long. I don't know. Yeah, we might see them on the left as they start.
I think the triangles are on the opposite side from Voyager.
I
Okay,
think
lots
they're
of
behind the
shuttles on.
camera there.
Yeah, it was behind the camera. I know we're gonna get at least one more shot of them. No, not here. There they are, and they're gone. Okay, I think those are the only shots. We got 2 shots of the triangles. Very,
Oh, this
very
is a
brief
silly
shots.
episode.
Always what?
This is a silly episode. They did a racing episode. It's a silly thing.
Oh yeah, they used another torpedo. How deep into the negatives are they now? Man, now this is pod racing. TV show, you're not convincing me that he's the villain. I don't believe you. A lot of sci-fi racing, I don't really see the point, or rather, I don't see the point in the observers, because like that pod race on Tatooine, the observers don't actually see anything other than the finish line.
Yeah.
They don't even have cameras. They just sit there waiting for them to come back.
Yeah.
Emotep? That's a very concerning alien species name.
So I got a phone call earlier when I was in the middle of a sentence. What was I saying?
Triangle.
Yeah, it was probably triangle related.
I did want to say that I really like these uniforms, these flight suits. I think they're really cool.
Okay, but did you see the triangles
Look
though?
like lower decks.
Does it look like Lower Decks? I don't think Lower Decks has any white. It's
What am I
almost
thinking of?
like a dress
There are
no,
those
that's right. Never
TNG
mind.
movie dress uniforms. Those are white.
I was just thinking of white stripe. That's right. Never mind.
The post first contact dress uniforms.
Are there any I don't think I like any of the dress uniforms. Are there I need to look up pictures of them. Are there any that are good?
Yeah.
I don't like the white on the dress uniforms.
Really? I do. What about the Lost Era dress uniforms?
I
They
don't know,
gave
let
them
me
like
Google
tuxedo
it.
jackets
Oh,
in the
those.
TNG movies.
TNG ones are okay, actually. The movie ones, that is.
The tuxedo cut though is kind of absurd.
Well, yeah. I'm thinking about the white ones from is it Nemesis at the start?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The tuxedo cut on the jacket is a little over the top.
No, there's 2 though.
No.
Because there's one that I think some people wear at the wedding, but then there's also no, it's not Nemesis that I'm thinking of. It's the start of Insurrection.
Okay, I'm looking through pictures of different dress uniforms. I do kind of like the ones from Star Trek Into Darkness. I don't know about the hats.
The Into Darkness dress uniforms, the
Yeah,
like
man.
straight up Hugo Boss Nazi uniforms.
It's a well-known fact that, completely evil though they were, they had a great sense of fashion.
Well, they literally hired Hugo Boss to make their uniforms, so
I feel like a lot of evil in general always gets the best fashion.
they gotta look good while they're doing it.
I mean, we could change the color. It doesn't need to be the harsh gray.
Her outfit is interesting.
Definitely want to get rid of the hats. I don't like the hats.
You don't like these dress uniforms? I'm posting this in memes, by the way.
Are they me?
Like
Okay.
these?
The TNG dresses.
Mm-hmm.
It's. I mean, I really like the bit with Worf about complaining about them. Does that count?
It's a very outmoded, sexist way of thinking. Besides, look good in a dress.
He does look good in a dress. I don't know. Worf's
What about the Enterprise era dress uniforms? What did those look like?
Enterprise era's like this. It's blue with a bunch of
It's like a
frills on
naval
it.
uniform. Yeah, I got it here. Found it.
I think we only see it in the very last episode. Unless you
Is
count
it even real?
Admiral Forrest's like general uniform as a dress uniform.
Hmm.
Because Admiral Forrest, just his normal outfit, looks pretty good.
They literally, I feel like for
the,
Enterprise uniforms, they went to Sears and they got like mechanics jumpsuits and they put piping on it and they're like, done.
Yeah, that's all they need.
I really like the movie era, the red uniforms, later
The Lost Era.
TMP movies.
Rathacon and Forward.
Yeah.
A lot of people like those uniforms.
And actually, it's funny because the ranking insignia on them and everything like that is the most fleshed out of all of the Star Treks, even though they were the least used.
Right?
Okay, so she damaged her own ship deliberately. But to what end?
That
And
her
she also
uniform
definitely
is
wants the
very
race to
interesting.
continue. She was insisting that the race continue. That's seemed notable.
What? What are you talking about, Balana? Oh, of course. Why didn't you just say that? That makes sense.
Why don't they just recalibrate them now? Is there some reason that the computer couldn't automatically do that?
Is there a reason the computer couldn't automatically do everything for them all the time and solve all their problems? No? God, Tom. God, she's so evil. You can't have dialogue like this.
Yeah, never good.
I like that hyperspanner. We see this a few times in Star Trek. Or is it a hyperspanner? Hydrospanner? One of them is Star Trek and one of them is Star Wars. I never know which is which. But they're just hexagon pipes. Ah, the Tyrellians, not to be confused with the Tyrellians, Tyrellians, or Tyrellians. Seriously, there's like 6 species called Tyrellians. Oh no, is Polana lamenting the passing of the honeymoon phase? Is she thinking about how Tom doesn't look at her like that anymore? This is clearly not a very intense race. They can, if they can just chit chat.
Especially if he's not looking where he's going.
I mean, they are in space, so the vast majority of the time it's just going to be continuing to go in a straight line. Yes, it's sabotage, Harry. Sabotage.
Hello, y'all.
Because she's evil, Harry. Come on, Jesus. Oh, okay, I figured it out. So, she wants the race to continue, but she doesn't want to win because she doesn't want to be there when the explosive goes off. There's going to be a
Yeah.
giant explosion that destroys the gathered chips. I solved it. Also a mini explosion to kill Harry. No, you're not. I don't believe you.
Who decided the bottom half of her uniform should be PVC?
I mean,
It's
I think we
alien
can
fashion,
guess
my guy.
too.
I feel like that's a bad idea for a pilot's uniform because, like, if there's a fire, it's gonna like cling to you, smolder, melt your flesh.
Harry, shoot her.
He's gun on woman.
He
That
whenever he
green
gets a
console
crush on
looks like a
somebody, it goes
bumper
really
piece.
bad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When they even, mentioned it.
Yeah, that's been lampshaded. So far, okay, what has happened to his love interest so far? So,
Well,
first was Libby, in before he left for Voyager. And then he was stranded on the other side of the galaxy, and presumably she's moved on. The Delaney twins, which nothing ever happened with. Seven, who scares him.
And
The
scares
Planet of
everybody.
Women, who tried to murder him. There's one other I know. Oh, the one that gave him an STD. The hologram that got
Ended up
turned
being
into
a
a cow.
terrorist. This
Yeah, the
person ended up
terrorist.
being a terrorist.
Yeah, whatever. Terrorists are cool in Star Trek. Don't worry about it.
Tom Paris and Kess's daughter in the alternate future.
That feels so weird. Do not like that.
Not only is his best friend, he's also his stepfather. Not stepfather, father-in-law.
Wow, they're going to sort their relationship problems out real fast. There's only 9 minutes left in the episode, including credits.
Yikes.
Is this going to be a... Oh, the bomb's on the Delta Flyer. Okay, got it. So... That's not close enough for the bomb. So... Are they going to throw the race... Or is Tom going to throw the race to prove that Balan is more important to him than winning?
That's right.
Come on, put it together, Tom. Harry, that's your name. You put it together like 15 minutes ago.
Harry isn't the brightest.
Yeah, Harry, she's evil. We know. Come on. Okay, so she's a racist evil person.
Wow,
She's
really
racist
evil.
in addition to murder evil.
So for a long time, I dated somebody who was jealous of all of my hobbies, which is a big red flag. They were
Yeah.
jealous of me. Like I used to go to the racetrack and do flagging and race, and they were jealous of that. They're jealous of me spending time with my friends. They're jealous of me playing computer games. They're jealous of me working at my car.
Wait. What do you mean jealous of playing computer games? What does that mean?
She didn't like that I was in like a world progression guild, and we had like 3 days a week where we had like a scheduled raid time for like 4 hours or something, and she didn't like that. She was jealous of me
Is that
spending
jealousy?
time.
Or... Wait. Did you
No,
just
she
pull
was
a Tom
like, it was
Paris and
jealousy.
neglect her for your hobbies?
No.
Because if...
We spent a lot of time together. She
this
just wanted to spend
episode might
every
be
waking
relevant.
moment together.
Oh, no. Just... Tom, you cheated on her with a ship.
Yeah, but it was a fast ship.
Don't you dare. Proposing marriage to solve your relationship problems is a terrible idea, Tom.
I
Yeah.
know, that's
Very bad.
Okay, we're back to the murder. Okay.
She told me that at one point she wanted to smash my computer, and also when we broke up, she wanted to go to my work and vandalize my car. Broke up the first time. How does that work?
Come on. It'll be fun, though. Oh, within 1,000,000 kilometers. That's fine, because we just established you're at least 1,000,000 kilometers away from the finish line. So this will all work out. I mean, I guess it's fair that Harry's not shooting her because he doesn't know if it has a stun setting. The reason I want people to shoot each other so much in Star Trek is because phasers can stun. So it solves all their problems.
True. Yeah, true.
No, Tom...
Perfectly reasonable reaction, Balana.
Look, Balana, I know you want to break up with me because I've been neglecting you, but what if we had a baby? Maybe that would fix it.
Yeah, kids and marriage do not fix bad relationships. It just makes everything 1,000,000 times worse. same ex I was talking about wanted to get married and start having kids right away. So
Well, yeah.
But you're already married to your
Mm.
computer, aren't you? And your raid nights.
was it the Delta Flyer?
They destroyed it
was the Delta
again.
Flyer.
Yeah. Well, at least this time they only destroyed half a ship.
Are you still on about that, Tom?
Shared trauma. It always brings people together.
So cute.
Limited time offer.
I don't remember any more relationship drama with them. I remember the one episode where B'Elanna tries to mutilate her child in the womb, but I don't remember any problems between her and Tom after this. So I guess in his case it worked. Works out great. No, don't do that sci-fi thing.
I mean, people say that all the time nowadays too. So
But
Yep, that means the producers of the show thought it would take 400 years for us to decide that that was an alright. Well, 300 years to decide that that would be alright. No, 400, because it was 20th century when they did the show.
So would you guys change your names? It does seem like a
no.
lot of paperwork.
But I also wouldn't expect someone else to change the names for me. So
yeah.
like
That's
you can
paperwork.
change your name if you want. You cannot. I'm probably not even gonna like get married officially, so I don't care.
I think it would be fair would be either nobody changes their name or both people change to something new.
Right.
Something new entirely. You're both hyphenated.
No, you don't. God.
You
No hyphenated names. Hyphenated last names are banned.
Yeah.
Also, 1
They
minute to
are
Repression, which is
very
a Tuvok
popular.
episode.
why don't you like hyphenated last names?
Because, like, what happens if 2 hyphenated people get together? Do they have 4 names now?
Yeah, just keeps getting longer.
Eventually, you're just gonna get an exponential runaway sort of cascade effect.
Yeah, the name keeps getting bigger.
And then you're gonna crash government systems that have to store your birth certificate.
My aunt, on her third husband, I was like, you're gonna have to. That's a lot of hyphens.
No,
It's like
I would
Khaleesi.
vote for just pick a new name, 1 word, easy. Or just nobody does, because that's a lot of paperwork. Just keep what you got. It's a lot of paperwork.
Anyway, I should really like go home for real. I didn't want to miss,
No, you
miss
should
the
press
race
play in
this
5,
episode, but
4, 3, 2,
you guys are out.
1. Play. Okay. Okay. The Prophets. Oh, is this a Bajoran? Wow, look at that cannon. The Bajorans are back. Or, to go back to real old canon, the Bajora.
What season are we in?
7.
The Bajora.
Okay, so we are actually doing this post DS9 end.
Yes. This is season 7, episode 4. DS9's been off the air for what, 3 seasons? 2 seasons?
2, I think.
DS9 went off the air in '98.
Wait. I saw it said like Operation Codename Valjean. Did they just do a Les Miserables thing?
Jean Valjean.
You know, Michael Eddington's favorite French melodrama. I've never seen it. I just know it's Eddington's favorite.
Right?
And I'm opening up a new copy of the episode in a separate tab. Vessel designate. Okay, so Chakotay's ship when he was in the Maquis was called the Valjean. That's what it was. His ship is the Valjean. Apparently, it's his favorite book too. Is that common in the Maquis? Is the Maquis just French melodrama based? They have
I
like a
mean,
shared branding.
quite possibly. Unless Eddington named. No, Eddington wasn't there yet. Was he?
Eddington, where?
When
Oh, season 1
Eh,
of DS. Season 1 of Voyager.
would Eddington have been a thing yet? Well, I think he was in DS9. I don't know if he'd gone to Marquis yet.
Well, I don't know that we can know because he was working with the Maquis for some undisclosed amount of time before he came
That's
out
true.
as Maquis.
But I have fan theory. If he was in the Marquis before Voyager started, maybe he named Chakotay's ship.
Maybe it was Eddington's ship before he went to
Maybe.
Starf. I don't know. You see, here we are again, once again, doing one of Tom's interests. They never do something she wants. Also, that is not nearly enough popcorn for 2 people for a full movie. That's not enough popcorn for 2 people for an episode of Star Trek. Yeah, no, I'm with Polana. That's too much.
Yep.
It's like when video games try to be too realistic and it just ends up being burdensome. Can we go to one of Polana's holodeck programs?
Yeah, let's go fight some Klingons.
Well, that's just, stereotyping.
She's probably got a program like Worf.
She did have that program about killing a bunch of Cardassians who were murdering the Maquis, but that was more just self-flagellation than entertainment. Is God, just wait. Are the holograms going to come to life? Are they going to attack? Oh, no, they just
this
cease to
episode.
exist. Not this time.
No, it's this episode. How could you recognize the back of someone's head from 15
Well,
meters?
he's one of only like 2 Bajorans on the ship, and we can see his crinkled nose from there.
Okay, fair enough.
He's obviously dead, Tom. Come on. Oh, wow, he's not dead.
I have a weirdly good memory of this episode. I haven't watched it that recently, but I know exactly the plot points.
I mean, I don't really remember much. I did scroll through to try and remind myself before the stream, but I didn't really watch any of it. For Klingons, is it more romantic if there's a corpse in the front row? Or maybe someone is bad at murder and needs more practice, Tuvok.
Do you remember this episode?
Yeah, when I scroll through, I remember the big plot points, none of the details.
Okay.
I know who the killer is. It's
Yeah.
Neelix.
Yeah.
Like, I saw some people change clothes at some point, and I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. Okay, so it seems like there's going to be either another corpse or the murderer in here. The murderer. Oh, Tabor has friends. That's nice. Very suspicious. Perhaps Lieutenant Torres is in on it with you. Maybe that's why B'Elanna wanted to go to the movie theater. He can't have been that well liked. We've never met him before. Nobody's talked about this guy. Okay, so Chakotay's the murderer. He's trying to cover. So far, we know one-off episode relationship lady, B'Elanna, and Chakotay are all in on it. They're all trying to cover for each other. Wait, Tabor's not a one-off character? He was in another episode? What do you mean he was in another episode? In my Star Trek? Wow, he was. He has 2 episodes. That's one
Wow.
more than I expected. Wow. Good for you, Tabor. Probably safe to say he won't have another. Honestly, the only Maquis member of the crew I recognize is Lieutenant Ayala. Well, no, and Vorik or Torik. Half recognize. But I don't think Ayala even gets lines. Yeah, nice close-up shot in a confined space with the lights going on. This is probably fine. This all seems good. Did you bring a gun into the Jeffries tube by
Vorik
chance?
wasn't
You might
Maquis.
Vorik wasn't? Torik?
Oh, Vorik. Vorik the Vulcan?
There are Vulcans in the Maquis.
There are, but he wasn't.
Okay. This is how much I know about Vorik, Torik.
Vorik the rapist?
One time.
One time? You increase engineering efficiency by 15%. Nobody remembers. You rape one colleague. No one forgets.
Look, just because Captain Sisko genocided one planet. Just because Phlox genocided one planet. Computer, transport crewman Jor to this room. Is she dead? She might be dead. Yep. Okay, so it probably wasn't her. No, that just means that Chakotay and B'Elanna are covering their tracks.
And no, it just means that she was overwhelmed with guilt. And after putting 2 other people into a coma, she put herself into one.
It means that she only viewed the basilisk through a reflection in Neelix's walk. No direct eye contact. What was the point of that line? What were they implying there? The whole my crew, our crew.
It's been a while since he's separated the terms of the Marquis and the existing crew.
I just didn't expect to be getting that in season 7. I thought that was done. Chill. Oh, yeah, you don't have to worry about Shell. You don't mess with a Boolean. Oh, there. Behind and to the right of the guy who's talking. If we get another shot of him. No, we're not going to? Okay. Well, there was Lieutenant Ayala, anyway. So I guess there are 2 Maquis crew members I know. Chell and Ayala. Damp the photonic ambience. That's quite a phrase. $170, $190. What is that in America?
170 is about
5'10", 5'11".
5'9" to 5'9" to
What did they say?
5'11".
175 centimeter. 175.
170 to 190.
170 to 190.
That's quite a range.
Yeah, it's like 5'10" to 6 foot.
2.
2. Yeah,
5'9" to
it's a big
6'2".
range.
5'7" to 6'3".
170 can't be 5'7", really?
That's what it says on the converter thing. 5 point.
Yeah, that's
5
point.
foot 6.9291. 5 foot 6.9291.
Yeah, but point. If it's doing it in decimal points, that's not the
I
same
love
as
how
the number because
paranoid the
it's
Boolean
in
is.
12 inches.
No, I yes, I'm familiar with the mathematics.
Yeah, yeah.
It is 5.577 feet. And if you multiply the 577 by 12, you get the 6.9 something.
Really?
The point is, that is way too large a range to be helpful. That encompasses the vast majority of people.
Yes.
Can you do that? Is that fine? Is Starfleet just Is this fascism again? Like, yeah, technically there are laws protecting your privacy, but it was inconvenient to me, so I just suspended them. It's like Odo having listening devices in everyone's quarters. He couldn't hurt a fly, even if he tried to. I wonder who it could be. There's nothing suspicious about this interaction. Tuvok seems fine. It was good to get Timrus again. Real Timrus. Real Tuvok. What kind of murder is this? They just get better after a day? Come on. What kind of half-measure murderer is going on here? But that means it's not... Okay. This is one of the details I don't remember at all. So I'm just speculating as to what the plan is here. Is the plan to... So Tuvok's the murderer. And he has telepathic abilities. Because these people are not dying, I'm wondering if they're like being semi-assimilated psychically into doing something? Or there's a plan for the future where they're... I'm banking on psychic assimilation for future murder.
Yeah.
Ah yes, and now Chakotay discovers the body. Wow, how did this get here? I certainly didn't put it here. So it's potentially true that it might not be Chakotay. This
Yeah,
definitely feels like psychic assimilation. Definitely does.
Level 10?
You can't do that. Level 10 means infinite security.
Level 9.975.
What if we put body cams
Yes.
on everyone? What do you mean? Tuvok, that's... I mean, I guess that height range is more typical for males, but that's hardly strong evidence, Tuvok. What kind of logic is this? So yeah, body cams, security cameras, use the fact that the ship is constantly tracking everybody at all times and their brainwave patterns. I feel like there are a few ways we could solve this. Oh, Tuvok, put it together. Figure it out. So he's evil, so he's undressing. Okay. Good to know. Tuvok, would you care to turn yourself in? Report yourself immediately before you lose your mind again? Maybe? A little bit? No? Just gonna
How about
hang
no?
out? Okay, sure. Just hide the zombie bite. That's fine. Tuvok, are you sure you should be having a gun right now? Tuvok? Tuvok, hand over your gun. You clearly suspect it's you. $100. Oh, now we know how tall Tuvok is. So he is 71.65 inches. Let's remove the feet. Remove the feet, he gets a little shorter. .97 feet. So he's like 5'11", 6 feet tall. I appreciate that he turned himself in. I'm not sure about the method. I don't know that he should have brought a gun, given he was suspecting himself. But he did it.
What if you just said no?
No to what?
I can't. It's just
Oh,
her
can you-
saying, "Can you hear
yes.
me?"
Well, that is the standard response that most people give, I feel. What does that mean, Tuvok? Oh, Timrez gets to do some acting. Nice. The evil Bajoran man has a familiar voice.
Evil Bajoran man.
What is... Do we know that guy's name? I'm trying to scroll through... Oh, okay, here's the name. Tiro Anades? Anades? Played by Keith. Ah, that's where I recognize his voice from. He was from the Enterprise episode Rogue Planet, where they're trying to hunt down the lady in a nightdress who's actually a slug. He was a hunter. Your son was the murderer the whole time. Also, wait, is he allowed to do that? He reviewed every letter? That doesn't seem okay. Some form of mind control. Wait, did I think I missed a plot point. Where's the doctor? Did Tuvok, like, deactivate him?
Uh,
Did Tuvok
yeah.
kill the doctor? That's, okay. Whenever I put out a video, I should have, like, a separate visual layer on it. That's some weird propaganda, and it's just, like, hidden behind the main video. I'll know it's there. Traders for rejecting the mind control ideas? So what was his plan exactly during the war? Like mind control high-level Cardassian officers? Just get them to leave? So far, I think this is the second time the Maquis have caused murders on Voyager. There was Lon Suter, who was just a member of the Maquis who liked murder. And then well, 3 times actually. Lon Suter, Seska, who was infiltrating the Maquis, and then the Maquis infiltrated Tuvok. So the Maquis are just a liability, feels like. But I guess that's just kind of what happens when you hire a little terrorist organization onto your ship. But, make do with what you got. Come on, Tuvok. We believe in you. Well, I believe in you. Also, Mr. Studios, it says your mic is activating, but nothing's happening. So I don't know if you're actually saying anything or not.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's got a weird noise gate for some reason.
Man, Tuvok is the worst at murder. I find it interesting that Tuvok, the character who solves all his problems by mind melding with people, he's solving his problems by basically mind melding with himself. This is the same filter overlay, it's the same transition method. This is just the mind meld imagery. Why though? Why do you want Tuvok? This guy's just weird. Oh yeah, Tuvok's tragic backstory about just being awful, really, beneath the surface. Like super violent. He had to go to summer camp for Vulcans. Oh, gonna give him a little kiss?
Yeah, he had to go to
No.
summer camp for being a jerk.
He had to go to the military academy because he had a crush on a girl. He was out of control. Ah, I called it. Psychic assimilation for future murder.
Taking over the ship.
I don't know. Why don't you ask the computer, Janeway? To murder. Come on.
Resistance is futile. I want to know how a Starfleet intelligence operative was compromised like this.
Because Starfleet security doesn't do anything. Oh, hey, we found him. Oh, that's convenient.
That's convenient. Copying me.
And thank you, Chakotay, for actually using your gun. So they're making a new Maquis resistance to... But why? What does Tyrell get out of this? The war's over. Voyager's on the other side of the galaxy. Dang him.
Some people just want to watch the world burn, you know?
He doesn't even get to watch the world burn. He just maybe gets to hear about it in the... All that's going to happen is they're going to stop getting reports.
Maybe that's all he wants.
Yeah, time changes are annoying. The time keeps changing because the United States and then Like England, don't change time at the same time for daylight savings. So I don't know what time it is right now in England. Mr. Studios, what time is it?
In England,
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
So it's 22. So it's, yeah, 8 hours ahead of us right now. Are you sure, Chakotay? You shot Harry. Maybe Harry doesn't count.
Harry is not part of everyone.
Okay, but why?
Wouldn't they be better off like trying to convert everybody?
They could literally have Tuvok do it.
Yep.
So this explains why everyone changed clothes, because I saw this when I was scrolling through to make sure the subtitles lined up. No idea what was happening, why they were dressed like this, but yeah. It seems very clear how this episode is going to end. Tuvok's the good guy. Good to know. He's going to mind meld with Chakotay to take Tiro's instructions out, I would guess.
To prove it, you have to kill Janeway.
Yes. Do it. It's what she would do.
Yep.
Janeway wouldn't hesitate. Just one person.
It's a double test. If he does it, then he'll know that he's a traitor.
Do it. Kill her, and your journey down the dark path will be complete. Ugh, rip off. We never get any real good murder on Voyager. We had like one murder in season 3.
How did he know the phaser was gonna be defective?
Because it was logical. Because why would, if Chakotay clearly didn't believe him that he was loyal, why would Chakotay give him an actual gun?
True.
Yep, and now Takuvok? Who's Takuvok?
Takuvok? Takuvok.
So now
Got another
Tuvok
one.
pulls the instructions out of Chakotay, and then
Tuvok.
everything's fine.
They took the
That's
transporter with the
Tuvok
flower.
and then Chakuvok.
Takuvok.
Chakovok? Tuvake? What's their name?
Kuvok
Tuvake.
and Tuvix.
I don't like Tuvake. Feels weird.
Yeah, Chakuvok is better.
God, Chakotay, you're so bad at this. Just let Tuvok do it. See, this is the appropriate time where you just stun everybody. Because Starfleet phasers can stun. Just...
Do you remember that time when Tuvok shot the phaser and it shot everybody at the same time?
Yeah.
In like season 1 or season 2? Yeah, do that. Do that.
That's been Starfleet tech since early TOS, and
He
they just
should have
never
done
use
that
it.
since when he first walked on the bridge.
Oh, I remember in TOS there was a time when the Starship phasers did that. They shot
The
everybody in a town
a
with
whole
stun.
city. Yeah, they stunned a whole city.
Man, what happened to that technology? It sounds so useful. Why didn't we ever do that against the Jem'Hadar?
Remember the time when Riker was stranded on the planet dressed as an alien and they had him in the hospital? They could have just stunned the whole town.
Ah, you mean the episode where the message was, rape is funny if it's against a man? How, with Riker and the alien lady who was coercing him? That episode?
Right. He did what he had to do to escape.
Freaking Rick. Rick Bloody Berman.
I don't think that was something that's limited to Rick Berman. I think a lot of people
That's just a 90s thing?
Well, I think it's still going on even today, that male victims of sexual assault
Not taken
aren't
seriously.
taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame Rick
Especially
Berman anyway.
if it's... That's
he's
your
the
prerogative,
worst.
I suppose. I mean, yeah, but he did also give us a lot of content.
Yeah, sure. As I've said before, I'm not saying Rick Berman's a bad writer, just that he's a bad person.
Well, he wasn't a writer.
I'm not... Okay. You get my point.
Yes. I'm just being pedantic.
Alright, so that's the episodes for today. What's going on next week?
Next week on
Ryan's
Edits.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So next week is Critical Care, which is probably one of my favorite Voyager episodes and just Star Trek in general.
Is it the one the doctor is abducted?
Yeah, it's the one with the American healthcare system where health is given to the rich and the poor are left to suffer.
Yeah. Having experienced both ends of that, I don't recommend it.
So that's the first episode. It's really good. Inside Man. Yes.
I'm just going to sit here through that entire episode pointing out that the British system is better. At least it should be. If it
I've
works.
made my opinion of many American institutions very clear across these streams.
Yes, I think you have.
So the second episode will be Inside Man, which is Reginald Barclay is on Voyager as a hologram.
As a good guy or as a bad guy?
No.
Well, they think he's a good guy.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
It's the one where his program was altered by the Ferengi.
Yeah.
For capitalism reasons or something. I don't know.
Because they wanted to kidnap 7 of 9 and sell her nanoprobes.
Speaking of kidnapping 7 of 9.
Would have been useful too.
The third episode is 7 of 9 is kidnapped, along with the Doctor and I think Harry, and the Doctor possesses her.
Yes.
And there are a couple of problematic moments.
It's a very fun episode.
Very fun. Just ignore the couple parts where the Doctor kind of abuses her body a little bit. But just ignore those parts. The rest of it's really entertaining.
Rick Berman episode. Look, he just ate a bunch of cheesecake and drank a bunch of champagne, okay?
He did more than that.
Well, yes, but...
To be fair, at least her reactions to what he does are appropriate reactions.
Oh, yeah. And then the Doctor's face.
Yes.
I don't even need to be specific. The Doctor's face. That's all you need to know.
The
It's
look
a
he
really
made.
good episode. It's really good. Just ignore the couple, like the 2 minutes in there that are sketchy, and then it's fantastic. The same way with the episode of First Contact where Riker's kidnapped and then is sexually assaulted and nobody takes it seriously. Just ignore those couple minutes and it's like a perfect episode.
Hmm.
Do you not agree about First Contact? I thought that's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, First Contact is good.
Our brewhead. Let's see.
But yeah,
Oh,
that's
they're
it.
gone.
Speaking of being gone, this stream is over. It's all over.
Oh, cool. It's just us now?
There are no. This is an outro that I'm currently doing. The stream is over, so everybody's free to leave. Next week we'll be doing episodes. The weekend after the 21st, probably not, because I'm going to be moving that weekend. It's going to be a whole
fantastic
thing.
timing because I will also not be here at the weekend after.
I might have internet set up on the 21st, but I don't know. But
I think I
there's
just
something
broke
else I was
part of
gonna
my
say.
printer. I
I'm
have no
going
idea
back
where
to
it
South
went.
Africa on the 20th, and I'll be arriving on the 21st.
Ah. All right, we're done here. Be gone. Wait, no, this is Voyager. The weak shall perish.
The weak shall perish. The higher, the fewer.
Live long and prosper.